Are you tired of playing small and feeling like you don't matter? I'm Natasha, and I'm here to help you absolutely love being who you are. Join me to let our true selves free and be guided by our intuitive feminine wisdom. Hello there, here's Natasha Koo from the Feminine Space podcast, and welcome to 2017. I hope you had a great time celebrating and leaping into this new year. I know that it's going to be a really big one for me because 2016 was a lot of preparation for this work that I'm doing now, and I just can't wait to keep spreading my impact and all this for all of you so that we can all be ourselves. We can fully be who we are and enjoy it, love it, and spread that magic into the world. So within the Facebook group community that I host, we've been sharing a lot of our 2017 resolutions, wishes, all that we really want to see happen this year. And there's been some really inspirational resolutions like speaking up for yourself more, letting you dictate how you feel as to always being impacted what others are feeling or saying. And also taking better care of our bodies and eating healthier, living better lifestyles. One inspirational sister even shared that she would love to nurture herself like a mother would to a child. So with all these positive wishes and transformations that the ladies in my community wish to see and are sharing, it got me thinking, how do these changes actually come about in our lives? And how come they're not here already? All that we're wishing for, all that we wish to be. Now, one of the things I realized is that sometimes it's not about what more we have to do, but what we need to stop doing in order to fulfill that wish, in order for something to really be created, to be realized in our life. I just know that definitely for myself in the past, if I would set a goal, my intention would be just to do, create new systems, start implementing things, start taking action so that I can see it come to form. But as I shared in the last episode, when I answered the question that my friend asked me, who are you really? I realized that there's a deeper part of me. There's this living energy, this fire within that if I truly want to express something, if I really truly want to transform, it will happen as long as I allow that to manifest itself. And the same thing for achieving any goals that you wish in your life. Sometimes it can become something that we completely forget if we don't put it into the forefront, if we're not mindfully living and we're not giving ourselves that space and that opportunity for that part of ourselves to grow. And then on the other hand, sometimes if we set a goal, we might fall back upon old patterns and actually take 2 steps back with every single step that we move forward. So one example that I would love to give is, for example, if you want to set a goal of, taking care of yourself more, taking more me time, then sometimes we can get overwhelmed by the self-doubt that rises, that questions, okay, am I doing this right? Or do I really deserve this? Or sometimes it might be just pure guilt because we're not used to making that change. So when I really thought about changes and how it all happens, it got me thinking about comfort zones and how all these New Year's resolutions and these wishes and these transformations we want to see, they're really just another expression of ourselves, a deeper one, a new one. And there are ones that actually are outside of our comfort zones, perhaps something we've never done before, something we have tasted maybe once upon a time, but something that we need or really wish to bring into our lives and integrate it into our daily lives. Now, when I was walking the forest today and reflecting on this topic, it was a beautiful day, the first snowfall here in Zurich this year. Everything was really quiet. It was silent if I was just still. there was such peace in the air. And then an insight just came across me as I was in this really peaceful state. And I realized that there's really nothing such as the comfort zone. But there's only what we know and what we don't know. I found this to be such a simple definition of the comfort zone, and it describes exactly what happens when we're trying to make a new change. It feels different. It can feel scary because we don't know what is going to happen or what it would feel like. And sometimes we don't even know the necessary steps to get to where we want to be. And sometimes we call that stepping outside of our comfort zone, when we don't know what we're doing any longer. And that's also the moment when we really try to take control and control what we can, whatever it is, in order to feel safer, in order to feel like we have things under control. But I want to be really frank here, and I've always been really honest within the Facebook group and also here on this podcast and with any client work that I do. There's so much going on in this world that it is completely outside of our control. The only thing that we can do and express is ourselves in each moment. And in reaction to what's going on, whatever the universe gives us, whatever opportunities fall upon us. Now, that means that a lot will happen. A lot is what we don't know at all, that which is completely unknown to us. Now, this is where a choice has to be made, and this is the point in time where transformations actually happen, because we've got a choice at this point. Do we want to stay where we are in this zone of what we already know, or do we actually want to expand and live this life to its full expression by getting to know the world, by getting to know ourselves? Yes, it's not something that we know like the back of our hand, but isn't that how life works? And haven't we made it so far each day in each moment, not knowing what's going to happen next? I know that this struggle with control, this struggle to be sure, this desire for security can rise up again and again within us. But it really is just an illusion that we know what is going to happen. Last week, I also mentioned how if you really want to know who you are not your thoughts. In fact, we are so not our mind that we can't even predict the next thought that's going to come across us. But in this world of uncertainty, we can make that into a wonderful journey for ourselves. And it can be guided with trust. It can be made with those who are supporting you, those who are rooting for you. That's the reason why I created a Facebook group at femininetribe.com. That's the reason why I hold the 4 women-only sisterhood coaching circles, because we are actually never alone in this journey. As difficult and as scary as it can be by ourselves, we are actually all trying to get to know what is beyond this comfort zone and venturing out into the unknown and exploring what is possible for us in our life. To bring it all back full circle to the core of this series, knowing ourselves, being connected to ourselves, and loving being who we are. Now, whenever a client comes to me, I swear that the only thing we are ever doing is actually revealing who they truly are and forgetting all the things, all the association that my client thinks she is. This doesn't only happen just in an intellectual level or mental level. Whenever we are withholding ourselves and we are restricting ourselves, this blocking of energy from what is possible, and there's this stopping of the flow that is within us, in this life energy, in who we are, from expanding. And sometimes we do that out of fear, when we clench our tummies. And sometimes we do that when we feel like we aren't safe and we feel this tension in our hips and pelvic area. And whatever it is, may it be in this moment where you are holding your breath because you are afraid and you do not wish to open up and to flow with life, that's the moment that we are actually disconnecting from ourselves. That's the moment we are actually holding back from living fully, from extending into the unknown and outside of what we know in this comfort zone. Well, you might be thinking, what's so bad about feeling a bit of fear and having the body tense up and to hold a bit of tension or resistance from time to time? My answer is that our body is constantly speaking to us, and this tension and this stress within the body is actually letting us know that something is off. It's actually one of the most beautiful and helpful signs we can ever have to come back to ourselves and to expand again. Because in every single case where we resist something, we swallow down our emotions, we are holding back and suppressing something, it is going to stay within us. And that's why when we blow up with anger, or suddenly we are, so full of emotions and we seem to be completely uncontrollable in how we feel and what we're saying, that's actually everything that was stored within that we never let out. And that only happens when we are restricting this flow within ourselves, when we are restricting the natural flow of things, and we don't allow the emotions, the experiences, whatever it is happening to be felt. So in some ways, when we are resisting this expansion of who we are and everything that we know, we are actually keeping ourselves not only small and within our comfort zone, we are also keeping in everything that we perceive to be negative, everything that we don't want to feel and express. We're actually keeping it all within our body, all within our energy, until it gets to the point where it's so full that our soul, our body cannot handle it anymore, and it will be expressed in a really destructive way that actually changes our life, changes our relationships, and makes us see for things as they are. So as we venture ahead into 2017 and you've got all these goals that may be a bit scary, that may be outside of your comfort zone, I encourage you to breathe. Breathe even though some of these experiences and path may be something that you may never be able to foresee. But that's the whole game of life, and that's exactly what each and single one of us are also going through, the unknown. And let us not restrict and clamp down and close down when things don't go in ways that we want them to. Allow us to breathe and let whatever changes to be felt so that we can come back to life again and open up and truly be ourselves and expand further, making all those life experiences that are waiting here for us. Change is absolutely inevitable, and the unknown will always be there. In fact, every single moment in each year is an invitation for us to step outside of our comfort zone and to grow and to experience what life has to offer to us, and know deep inside that when we close down and when we tense up and we hold everything inside and resist what's happening in life, we're in turn holding that all within us, and we're capturing all that for a time, probably inconvenient in the future where it will all blow up and show up again. There is truly nothing to hide, but everything to explore. So I invite you with your New Year's resolution and the changes and transformations that you want to see in your life this year. Please go ahead, share them with us at femininetribe.com. So many courageous and inspirational ladies have already shared what they wish to see. So how is 2017 going to be a different year compared to all those in the past? What are you going to decide to do today for yourself so it is the year that is filled with self-love and acceptance? I can't wait to explore all that's possible for you. If there are changes that you would love to see, but you're unsure how to go ahead and to realize it, or maybe you do have an idea of where you want to go this year, but you're having doubts that perhaps those old negative patterns will take hold of you and make the changes much harder. Well, if this is what you're going through right now, then I really encourage you to hop onto a call with me and let's get clarity on what is possible for you this year. You can find the link to hop onto this free Soul Dive Clarity call at the show notes at femininespace.com/comfort zone. I really want to see your wishes come true, and let's do this together. Hop on this call, let's get some clarity, let's figure out what are those blind spots, what are those patterns and habits that are keeping you where you are. How can we truly make this the year where those changes you always wanted, it's time for them to come to life. I'm here for you. If you need anything, feel free to find me at femininetribe.com and just tag me in that Facebook group, and I'll be there to provide a free training 3 times a week to help you on your journey. So here's to your 2017 year resolutions. Let's step outside of our comfort zone so we can create the changes and transformations we've always wished for. And know that you're never in this alone. You've got me, and you've got a whole lot of supportive sisters who are on the same path, who wants to see you win and succeed. So let's love being who we are. And I can't wait to hear your heart desires and wishes for 2017. Get the clarity you need to make your resolutions come true. Book a free call with me before space runs out at femininespace.com/comfort zone. Talk to you soon. Oh, did you want more? For free live trainings and other exclusive resources, join the Facebook Sisterhood over at femininetribe.com. Just request access and see you there.